for some final words from Meninga. And the defending premiers Canberra taking on the Saints. Bill Harrigan, the man in control. Wherever you're watching right around Australia, we welcome you to the kick-off to a massive season of rugby league. And the chant is already up before we even kick off. Bill Harrigan gets us underway and Meninga kicks off. Potter. He beat Lazarus. Dangerous early moments for St George. Look for some big hitting in the forwards. Osborne. He's lost it already. Stewart comes away with it for Wood. He's tripped just outside the quarter. So already the Raiders on the attack. Clyde. Now he loses the ball. That really saved the situation for St George. Bailey. Osborne gets another chance. Swinging arm going over the top from Lazarus. Bailey just from dummy half. Good low tackle from Walters. Some new faces in this St George side, especially Neil Tierney, I should say, who will be an interesting one to look at. That's him in possession now.
Yes, we've already had some lower grade results that'll shock a couple of people. Under 20 runs, St George 21, Canberra 6. Reserve grade Canberra 34, St George 10.
The crowd setting up their normal roar as Johnny Ferguson touched the football. Stewart, they've gone wide. Belcher wrapped up quickly. Lance. Penalty comes Canberra way. Inside the 5, St George. And the crowd warming already. Meninga to look for touch. As Rex was saying about Billy Harrigan, the birth of a baby boy yesterday. Our best wishes to his wife Carolyn and a very young William, who they tell me will be watching. Stewart, it is who finds touch. Barks out a couple of orders. Sheens thinking about the long season ahead. Lazarus. Stewart. The cross coin for Todd. Must be chock full of confidence, this Canberra side. Walters. Short ball away. Clyde struggles to his feet. They go to the back line. Daly shaped a kick. The gap open for a moment. He's still got the ball away for Wood. Plenty of cover there from St George. And Beattie finishes him off.
And a good tackle, a real slamming tackle.
Stewart. Coin for Lance. Last tackle. Stewart. And a big, big bomb is about to explode near the end goal. Put down by Potter. 6 more tackles. Meninga's got it. Walters for Stewart. Short ball away. Belcher did well to hang on to it. Todd on the blind. Desperate defense from the Saints. Switch for Coyne. Still trying to push his way towards that line. That's how close they are. Stewart, long ball and wide was Daly for Clyde. Now Stewart, big numbers here. Surely Wood for the corner. Out it goes for Martin. He's still going, but again, great cover from the Saints. This is a big effort if they can hang on here, St George. And they will.
Grand cover defensive tackle there by Robinson to stop the Canberra winger in his tracks on the side there.
Meninga just throws them back towards their own line. No score. Peter Sterling, I can remember back to 1986 when Parramatta opened the then new Parramatta Stadium. We'll come back to that in a minute. The Raiders with a great chance now. Both ways it goes.
Well, I don't know what the Blazers the St George side are doing, playing football on their own line, just around about 10 metres out. They should get the ball downfield. They've got the wind with them at the moment. I'm amazed that they're going with this type of football.
I'll come back in a minute, Peter. There's a big blindside here for Canberra to use. And Stewart's going to. Wood to the corner with plenty of pace. Again, great cover. The Saints are hanging on.
Yes, well, I thought he was through here. He went very, very close, but there was a very, very good tackle came over there. I think it was Osborne who finished it off, but a very good tackle to get him over the sideline.
Peter, I was about to say back in '86 when you opened the Parramatta Stadium, Saints were on the receiving end of a 36-6 thrashing.
Yes, Graham, one of the great days in Parramatta history. I know that day there was a lot of pressure on the side because anything but a win would have been such an anti-climax. I'm sure that St George are hoping that coincidence doesn't happen again today, and they're on the end of a similar hiding.
Ball control was something that Bill Anderson mentioned. It was imperative St George control the football. Well, they've had to let them down, but they're coming away with it with Walford over the halfway mark. Golden opportunity for the Saints. Walford's gone around. Walford's going to score for St George. What a start for the Saints. They struggled for the first 5 minutes, and then suddenly it's Walford in for St George to score.
Well, what a superb try by Ricky Walford. Look at him here. He's received the ball. I think it came from a forward. I'm just not sure there. But he's run away, gone beautifully, thrown the dummy back on the inside. Wrong foot of the defence there. That was Belcher. And he just proceeds on and scores a very fine try. Have a look at this, the start of it. I think it's number 10 there for the St George side. Neil Tierney, I think it might have been. Walford goes on the outside, carries the ball in one hand, throws a dummy at one stage. There it is, the big dummy. Belcher took it, and away Walford went. Now, Walford must be on the threshold of representative football. He's improved enormously over the last couple of seasons. I'd love to see him given a go with the Kangaroos later in this year if he can maintain his form.
There he is, 26 years of age, and the Nissan profile tells you all about the man. He did score 21 tries last year, Ricky Walford. And a tremendous start. Paul Osborne it was, getting that pass away, and the coach, Craig Young, will be delighted with that start. Here's the conversion attempt from Walford, from right out in the touchline, flagged away. They can't have the extras, but a great start for the Saints. 4-0 over the Canberra Raiders.
Problems for the Raiders, Billy Anderson.
I think there's a little bit of complacency in the Canberra camp, Graham. You know, they've won something like 13 games on the trot if you take in last year and this year's games leading up to this opening Winfield Cup game. And if there is any lethargy, they'll want to get out of it pretty quickly because St George running hot.
And they're doing it well through their two big men up front, Tierney and Osborne. The little kick from Robinson. Off the legs of Belcher. He says off the hands. Belcher doesn't like it at all.
Well, have a look and judge for yourself. It appeared to me to come off his legs, but he said there were hands involved. I think he's right. I think he's right. That's the forearm.
So St George with a chance now to stretch that lead. Robinson. Potter's up in the line. Big hit coming in from Todd. The pass was sent back. And Canberra have it through Lazarus. They can't quite settle down. Meninga screamed for it. He takes on Mackay, beating. Now, Martin and Walford. Walford's got the pace to come from behind. Something of their best then, Canberra. Daly, across the paddock, he straightens. What a strong player he is. He's got support, knocked down by St George, 6 more tackles. The crowd urges them on. Belcher on a short blindside. Wood goes infield. This game is played at a tremendously quick pace. Plenty of ball movement. Todd, away for Lance. Likewise for Lazarus, he was looking for a force runner. A great start to the Winfield Cup already. Coyne. Daly picked it up at his bootlaces. Clyde. Meninga, away for Coyne. Flicked it out the back. Daly's got it, and they've got some numbers here. Belcher. Belcher just went through Tierney. Back for Stewart, will score! It just opened up, and Bruce Stadium erupts as Stewart goes in under the post. That's the reply from the defending Premiers.
Well, it didn't look as though there was anything on here. People thought there was a knock on there with Coyne, but it was propelled backwards, clearly marked by the referee and given the correct signal. Now there was the pass going out to Belcher. Watch the footwork. Straightens, goes ahead, through one tackle, stepped inside and got a low pass as he was going down in the tackle onto this little man, Stewart, and he was able to graft his way over and score a try. There was a good hesitated pass by Daly. You saw the way he held it back. Then on to Belcher. The footwork of this bloke's astonishing, but he's gone inside the ordinary tackle there of Bailey, and there at that point when he was held and tackled, he was able to distribute the ball nicely to Stewart, who thought, oh well, I'll go and score a try here. This is beautiful.
Ricky Stewart put the foot on the accelerator. He's 23 years of age, 4 tries last year, and he picks one up in the first match of 1990. And now his skipper from right in front to give them the lead. He does just that. The Raiders 6-4 over St George. And we've got a massive wave going around Bruce Stadium celebrating the first try of the home side this season.
Belcher. And the Raiders growing in confidence as Clyde is pulled down about 30 metres away. Now it's back for Todd. And the penalty's going to go to the Raiders. So the players look over again towards the coaches' chairs. The number and the letter goes up. They now know what they're going to do. This is the number 2 move. Now Mal Meninga taking his time. Puts him just that little bit closer. Penalties have all gone the Raiders' way. 3-0 at the moment.
All the Raiders are lined out here to the left, well away from Meninga.
What else would you expect for a number 2 move? This is the number 2 move. He's going to tap it on his own. Pull down just a few metres short. Now Clyde is in the corner. Clyde has scored. The number 2 move worked. Raiders are in for try number 2.
Well, Meninga, you'll watch him here. He appears as though he's going to kick the ball across field, but he taps it, goes straight ahead. He's tackled about 7 metres out from the line. Now Bradley Clyde, the big strapping young lock forward, goes to dummy half, and then it's just power from there on. He takes Walford and Osborne on, and certainly scores a very strong try. Nothing all that brilliant about it, but that caught the St George side in a couple of minds. They didn't know quite what to do. There's Mackay there, the centre, starting to run out towards his cover on the open side of the field, and just left a little gap there. So that's a good try. And they're all having a bit of a joke about the signals now at the moment, I think. Saying, what do we put on next, 3 or 4?
They started well with that try to Walford, but now they're looking at a deficit on the scoreboard. Meninga's conversion attempt is pushed wide. So the score remains at the Bruce Stadium. Canberra 10 and St George 4.
Just about the hottest there is in the game of rugby league. Harrigan is going to get St George inside the 5 from the scrum.
Yeah, differential penalty, but all the backs then, almost without exception, were up inside.
Daly was threatening to take a quick tap. Maybe they'll hesitate and look for the cards. Number 3 is definitely on. Todd. Stewart. Lazarus was standing flat. He's not standing flat now. 5 metres away. Stewart looking for runners. Meninga! They won't stop him up the middle. Look out, the big man has gone in under the post. Number 2 has been joined by a successful number 3.
Well, watch this again. Now watch Stewart do a very, very nice little inside pass there on the run. Running one way, flick the ball back the other. Now watch it again. Showed the ball and then one-handed underneath his underarm, gave the ball back into Meninga. Was purely an exercise in physique and strength at this stage, and there's nobody on that football field that can equal this man for both. He's a tremendous size, huge man. Matter of fact, when you see him kick goals, have a look at the thighs on him. I'm surprised he can keep his legs together.
What a difficult assignment it is to stop this man that close to the line. And he scored it in the right position for himself. What a good scoreline it is for the defending premiers as they open the Bruce Stadium, 16-4. Coyne goes blindside for Lazarus. Good driving tackle there. That was Gill underneath. A bit of running attention for Laurie Daly. Walters, last tackle now on the Raiders. Stewart. There is a big bomb coming the way of St George. They climb high, they spill it again, do they? Knock on. There'll be a scrum in front of the posts.
Yes, everyone goes for it. Gill leapt far too early. There's St George locked forward, and the referee has seen knock-ons both ways. We'll just check out who's got the feed.
So Daly has moved out to the wing, right in front of the post. Look out here as they quickly go to the left through Belcher. Clyde. What a handful he is. He only ends up a metre away. Stewart. Meninga. Chance out wide. Belcher dragged it in beautifully. Oh, what great hands. Wood scores in the corner, but that's a classic backline play. Brilliant ball skills from Belcher to drag it in and send Wood away in the corner.
Just astonishing how good this side is. They are a magnificent football team. Stewart gets a long cut-out pass out to Mal Meninga. He gives it away to Woods, to Belcher rather, and then on to Woods, who took the pass very neatly, and there was just running right out of defenders there for the St George side, and he's in to score a very, very good try. It looks so simple, but you've got to be a very classy football team to utilise this sort of situation well. Now there's the beautiful pass from Belcher. Wood, good strong sprint. He's got a bit of pace, this lad. And there it is, just another point, a couple of points to the Canberra side, and I'm afraid I'm feeling rather off for the St George side. I wouldn't like to be putting money on St George at the moment.
Meninga strikes it well, but he will lose it to the right. Big scoreline for the Raiders, 20-4 over St George.
Now the Raiders again with Daly. Away for Clyde. Clyde pulled down 32 metres away. No, he's still going. Somehow he got away from them. Here come the Raiders again with Meninga. Inside the corner. Slipped the pass away to Daly. Oh, champion stuff. Daly in to score. Oh, that's just the mark of a champion side.
Well, they're making it terribly difficult for every other team in the Winfield Cup this year on this performance. There's been a bit of ragged play, but here's one of the stars of the event for the Canberra team, Bradley Clyde. Now, he was let go there, allowed to go up and go another 15 metres, switches the ball onto Big Mal Meninga, who runs straight and hard, pounding away through, and then that beautiful one-handed pass to Daly, and Daly just accelerated out of sight. Just beautiful stuff. A superb try. See it again from head on. Here we've got now we've got Clyde. Daly was giving him the pass. The very, very strong run. The attempted tackle there by Mark Coyne. He evades the tackle of Coyne. Gives it back into Mal Meninga. Now Meninga, watch the one-handed pass. This is good. This is clever stuff. There he goes, and one-handed onto Daly, travelling at speed, covering a lot of ground. Matter of fact, this is a fellow I'd like to see at 5'8", the State of Origin side.
Well, the truckie, only 21. And this in profile showing us that Laurie Daly has a lot of football ahead of him. Now Meninga from right in front, no problems. There's the extras. And look at the scoreline. The Raiders running hot, 26-4 over St George here at Bruce Stadium.
Coyne. Potter. Robinson. Away from Mackay. They just can't get anything started, the Saints. Spring. Strong run from him. Fafita. Bit of a chance up the middle. Good hands from Beattie. It's going to end up with Walford. He might get a double. He will. He's a terrific finisher. Good play around the rucks from the Saints, and they're in under the post. And Craig Young automatically sends some messages out onto the field.
Well, a very smart try. Fafita was the instrument of it, getting the ball away in the tackle very, very nicely. And there's Walford taking the last pass, and watch him sprint now. This is the fellow that I think is the best attacking player they've got in the side. I think that they should use him at some stage in the centres just to see how he goes. But Fafita bursting up the middle, getting it away there to Beattie. And there it is to Walford, and Walford's in to score a try. And, well, what a good night he's had. He's only handled the ball 3 or 4 times the whole night. He scored 2 tries.
Listen, replay showing just what a talented man this Ricky Walford is. This time it is from in front. No mistake from Walford. So a bit of respectability, 26-10.
The Raiders over St George as Fullerton Smith got away from Dean Lance. And of course, the action continues on Sunday. And our State Bank big game is Balmain and Manly from Leichhardt. That should be a terrific game of football as well. 6 o'clock, the time for it, of course, on 10. Now Fullerton Smith just over the halfway mark. Here's Robinson and now Osborne. Looking back inside. And still moving forward. Beattie playing it. Back for Spring. And then he got it away for Gill and then back for Bailey. And somehow it's stayed alive. Back for Fafita, straight up the middle, a one-hander. And the Raiders come up with it. Belcher stopped as if he should have played the football. Kept going. Now he'll play it. Todd. Just on the quarter. Here's Lazarus. About a minute and a half remaining in this game. Now Belcher for Meninga. Got away from Osborne. Back for Lance. Coyne. Across for Stewart. Stewart's in the clear over the halfway mark. Beautiful run from Stewart. Looking for support. Floating one out there for Chigga Ferguson. It's bounced away from him. Mackay's been able to pick it up for the Saints, but the penalty has gone to Canberra. And it's against Beattie, I think you'll find, holding a player back. There is the pass meant for Ferguson. Beattie holding Ferguson back and pushing him out of the way. Although the ball was a long way away, the penalty has gone, and they've taken the quick tap. Beattie has gone to the bin. 5 minutes in the bin, so he won't see this game out. Here's Meninga, floating one out for Martin, pulls it in. Martin for the corner. There we go, no try. Referee Harrigan ruling the pass forward. Well, it was worthwhile looking at it again because it was terrific movement. Stewart getting it away for Carey. And then Meninga, and I think you'll find that pass from Meninga, yes, ruled forward, and that was a pretty good ruling on reflection. Floating just a fraction forward. So the scrum will go down just on the St George quarter. Got a Canberra player down on the far side of the field. Gill. And the siren sounds, bringing an end to this game of football that the crowd has certainly enjoyed. The record crowd here at the Bruce Stadium, putting their hands together in appreciation of a terrific game of
Ladies and
football and a
gentlemen,
wonderful
what a way
performance
to
from the
start
Raiders.
the new decade, and what
It's
a
a great way to
start
start the season for the Raiders.
the
26 to
Cup.
10.
The
Look at those
Raiders,
tries.
26 St George
5 of
10.
them. Stewart,
And you
Clyde,
fans, thank
Meninga,
you
Wood
for
and
your
Daly
support,
all
your
scoring
official
tries.
attendance
Meninga
here
3 goals.
22,527
Walford 2 tries for the Saints and kicking 1
So
goal
put
as
your
well to
hands
make their
together for
points.
yourselves, ladies and
26 to
gentlemen.
10.
That's the official
The crowd
attendance. And now, of course,
appreciating a
begins the
terrific
big
game.